right, we are live. Hello, hello. I don't see anybody in yet. I always like to see some chat to make sure it's working properly.
Right.
To actually see. But we are live. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Don't see anybody in chat yet, so I'm going to cut a couple of tag shapes while we're... It does say show that we have some people here, but I don't see anybody in chat yet. So I just want to make sure that our chat actually works. You know, every now and then technology does its thing. Oh, I see you there, Carrie. Awesome. Thank you for doing that.
Sure. You bet.
Melanie's here. Hi, Melanie.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. Hi, Sarah. Sarah's here. Okay, so we know chat's working. Awesome. You guys grab some washi tape. I know you all have as much washi tape. Maybe not as much, but you're all not as frantic or freakish about having so many things as me. Oh, I'm not proud of all the washi tape I have, but I have a lot. So we're going to use up some of it. We're going to do some different techniques of how to use washi tape. Hi, Edna. Hello, hello. It's been a while. So glad to see you. I've got to get a lozenge in my throat already. Edna, just in case you didn't see, there's already an event out there for Black Friday. I know you've participated in the Black Fridays before, and it's always an amazing day. This one is going to be better than ever because everything that's in the shop is getting clearanced out at amazingly low prices.
Oh, yes. Come shop with us.
It has been a while. I hope you're feeling well. The big thing about Black Friday, everything is going to be 50 to 90% off. And there are going to be a lot of hot buys. Hot buys, if you remember, are things that are $1 or $2. And those are most of those so far that I've got organized are items that are like probably $7 to $20 in value. They'll be $1 to $2. And we'll do giveaways. We're going to have giveaways all throughout the day. So lots of stuff. Just lots and lots of stuff. Everything is going. Everything, tools going for like 30% of their retail cost, plus like 70% off. Just really, really cheap. I hope you're hanging in there. I know that it's tough. Physical stuff never seems to go away, does it? One thing after the other. I am excited about the sale too. I really am. We had a private sale this past week with the YouTube membership club, and boy, did they have fun. I thought it was fun. Was it fun, Carrie?
Oh my goodness, it was so much fun.
Yeah, ask Carrie. She got a lot of
so much
super
fun.
Great deals.
Oh, I'm so excited about what I bought.
Yeah, I'm looking at, as I'm doing the invoices, I'm like, okay, so you've got an invoice for $100 or $200 or $300 or $400, but they got $4 or $5 or $6 or $1,000 worth of stuff for that. I was so excited.
Oh yeah,
it's fun. It's fun to see it go out the door, make some room for some new stuff, and it's fun to see people get things at such discount prices so that they can have more stuff to work with. Just more fun. I have one tab punch that I had picked up at. I mentioned this at the private sale. I picked up this tab punch on Facebook Marketplace. We're going to auction it off at the sale, and we'll start at the price that I paid for it in Marketplace, and we'll go up from there because we're going to start a fund in HPP. Well, we're not start. We've always had it, but we need to work on replenishing it because it helps with things that are directly for the group or for members, kind of thing. And so anything over and above what I paid for it on Marketplace is going to go into that HPP fund. And I know that that's one that everybody wants, and it's hard to find, and I rarely see them. I've seen them for sale for $60 or $90, which is just craziness. But I
So
figure
you're talking about the whale tail tab
the
punch?
whale tail tab punch, the
Oh
Stampin'
my
Up!
goodness.
Whale tail tab. So whatever somebody's willing to pay for it, that's gonna go into the HPP fund, like the fundraiser sale where everything goes into the fund. So I'm excited about washi tape today. I have so much. I love using up some washi tape. So Melanie, do you have washi tape out? Are you gonna washi with us? Look at this washi tape. This is one roll.
Oh my goodness.
I know. What is it? Like 10?
How do you manage that?
It's so difficult. It's so cool, but it is so difficult to manage because you pull up one end, you have to be careful that it doesn't tear before you get the other end up.
Right.
It's 8 inches wide. It's just nuts. But I'm not going to do this, but I will share with you. Here's kind of a bonus way to use washi, especially the wide stuff. It doesn't have to be this wide. I've got some that's 2 or 3 or 4 inches that works great as well. Peel this up, put it on a piece of paper or cardstock or a tag, and then run it through your embossing machine with an embossing folder. And yeah, washi embossed gives you whatever look or color you want, but the cool texture. Then you could even run some ink over it. But that's a fun thing to do with that great big wide stuff. I'm going to pull out some here that might be kind of good for holiday-ish type stuff. And I'm going to pull out some other, maybe that's just regular like blues. And trying to give people a couple minutes to get in, but we're going to go ahead. We are going to go ahead and just get started here. Let me pull out some to work with to get us started so I don't have to dig through the bin every single time. Most of the things, if you grab your washi, most of the things we'll use more than one washi as well. Oh, look, elephants. I didn't even realize that. Those are elephants.
Oh, I think I have that roll.
Do you? That's cool.
Yeah,
I like elephants. Yeah, somewhere. Somewhere. Llamas. Got llamas. Llama dramas. Melanie's listening for inspiration. Got her hands full, so that's okay. Always something you can try later. We are going, you know what? I'm going to grab a link. I completely forgot to grab the link, but I'm going to grab the link by the time we're done and put it in the description box. And it will link back to a Monday Jumpstart that we did several years ago. I know those old ones, they kind of get lost in the shuffle and we forget that they're there. But we did a Monday Jumpstart where we did 17 ways to use washi. And I mean, that takes 2 hours. We're not going to take 2 hours for that today, but it's fun. And we're going to use a couple of the ways that are in there today, but we're not going to use all of them. So I'll grab that link so that you can check that out for some additional inspiration. Wow, I didn't realize how many Christmas ones I had pulled out, or winter or holiday kind of craziness. Oh, birds. You got the little birds, don't you? I think you've got these little birds.
Oh, yes. Those are adorable.
They are. All righty. I seem to have a lot. Oh, and the eyeballs. The eyeballs.
Eyeballs. Oh, is that what they are?
Yeah.
I have that roll somewhere.
Different colors. Got the blue. There was a red. I don't remember what all the others were, but yeah, there were multiple colors. I don't seem to have a whole lot of variety. I grabbed a lot of blue. Maybe I'll get some gold in there. Okay, I'm going to kind of get that out of the way. Organizing the washi, kind of standing them up so I can see what's there. Guess I could have done all that ahead of time. But no.
You know, as soon as you start grabbing them, they're going to go all over the place.
That's true. You are so right. I should have grabbed one of those little, you had one out, a white,
yes,
anything from Dollar Tree.
Yes.
You put them in that, stand up.
Yeah, I have a lot of those.
Yeah, I do too.
That is helpful.
Emptied a bunch. I didn't think to grab one. So, all right. So let's start with something that is fun and easy. And this is fun to do on a card or in an art journal. I like doing this in an art journal because an art journal is just for experimenting, for play, for being creative, being curious. And we used to talk about being curious on every live. We haven't done that for a while, and I'm not sure why. But the thing about being curious is, as long as you're curious, you don't get stale. You don't get stuck in the same rut. And when you're curious, you're green, you're growing. When you forget to be curious, you become stuck and stale. That's when you start dying. You want to be curious and always be looking at, understanding, seeing more, seeing other side. So what will things do? And that's one of my favorite things about Monday Jumpstart is that we're really just looking at, we try stuff. We get stuff and we try stuff and we say, wonder what this will do. Let's try it. Let's try it out. That curiosity is what leads us to new techniques and new ideas and new fun. And we can try something here live, and in the chat, you always have 100 ideas of how, what to do with that once you see it. Okay, I can't find the end of this. There it is. All right, so this technique that I would do in an art journal, you could do it on a piece of paper, you could do it on a card. I think that's the end. Good grief. I'll take my glasses off so that I can see. Yep, there it is. Okay. Get out of the edge of it. I've got washi that's so old. It either becomes extra sticky or not sticky at all. You just never know.
Yeah.
I'm going to say anyone. The washi's not going to stay there. So this is a good one to use something that you are like, what am I going to do with that? Not going to use it up. Don't know what to do with it. That's a good one also to mask the edges like this. I really like masking the edges of my art journal pages, especially if I'm doing watercolor or some technique, because then when I peel it off, it's like a frame and it just looks really cool. I'm going to do, if I split my page, it's a pretty big page. So if I split it into two, and then I'm going to put this down the middle of the top half. And I'm going to put it down the middle of the bottom half. And I might want that one a little smaller, that one a little bit bigger. Okay. So I'm going to use it as a mask. And of course, what I didn't think of, I need to grab a couple of markers. One marker will give you the technique. Two will show you how to shade and add to it. Let's see. Oh, well, my markers are, most of them are out in the other. I pulled all my markers out to organize them. I want brush tip. I have a couple brush tips sitting here. There's a brush tip.
Water-based?
Doesn't matter. Water, alcohol, anything. But brush tip is going to be easiest because it will give you a wider or a wide marker. A brush tip will give you a nice wide strip. So I'm going to pretend that this is like my page is divided in half. And I'm going to do a word up here and I'm going to do a word down here. And this mask, I'm not even worried about it being perfectly straight. It's probably not, and that's okay. This mask is going to be right in the middle of my word. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to write create. Freehand. It's not going to be perfect, but it's an art journal, so I don't care about it being perfect, right? Okay, so then I can come back and I can widen these and make them, nice and perfect if I want. Still not going to be perfect, but I do want it to be a little bit wider.
So any marker, alcohol based or
anything will work. And so even like a wide, it doesn't have to be a brush, but something that has a wide end would work really well because you wouldn't have to go back and widen it like this. I don't think this marker's got a whole lot of life left in it. I do like making it thicker like this for this technique. Okay, so all I've done is widen my word or thicken the line of my word just a bit. I'm going to come down to the bottom half and I'm going to write art, create art. And I'm going to thicken that one. Yeah, this marker's dying. That's okay. Let's use it up too. Got plenty of those. Better than trying to do something really important with it and have it die in the middle. Okay, so create art. Then I'm going to take a second color. And with the brush, I'm just going to do one side of it, almost shadow-like, but, you know, not necessarily so much shadow, but really it just is adding color. It's just adding color and just makes it artsy. That's all it does. Makes it a little creative artsy. And just go right over the top of the washi tape. Pretend like it's not even there. So this is actually a really cool technique to do on cards. And you could use a stencil to make a word.
Now you tell me.
Or, well, in your art journal, you got to freehand it. But if you're doing a card, yeah. If I were doing a card, I don't want to freehand it because I'm not that good, that steady. But, or you could do even an image on a card. You could stencil an image and have this washi tape block there. All right, so very quickly. Okay, so then when you pull your washi tape up, now if your washi tape is super sticky and it sticks to the paper and goes to pull the paper up, I have a couple of tips. One is instead of grabbing the washi and pulling it straight up, because that tends to grab paper and pull it, is to fold the washi tape back on itself and roll it back. So I'm just pressing the washi onto the washi and rolling it that way. The lower profile you can keep it, the less it's going to tear your paper. So my washi tape actually just tore there. And this one already started to tear the paper. So let me see if I can get away from that torn edge right there. This is not expensive paper either on here. Not something I would use like to make a nice card or something. The other tip that works really well for getting washi up without tearing your paper, oh wow, that really sucked right there, is to heat the washi. Just grab your heat tool and heat the washi for a minute. That releases the adhesive. Doesn't usually take much. My washi's sticking to everything.
I was kind of wondering with that heating method, if you just got your heating pad out and turned it on and laid all the washi that you wanted to use on it, just so that it warms up. I don't know. I've never tried it.
I haven't either. Let me think here. What would that do? Well, it would warm it up before you get it off the roll. So it may not stick quite as well. Or would it start sticking to itself? I don't know. Worth a try. Curious. Worth a try. To see. Yeah, this is cheap paper. And it's pulling up my paper. pulling up my paper because it's cheap paper and it's cheap washi.
Oh, so you did a shadow effect with yours?
So, yep, all I did was just run the second color.
Uh-huh.
I just ran the second color just on the left. That's all. Just so it's kind of a double. Okay, so what you get here, if you get a clean line because you don't tear your paper up like I did, is you get a line down the middle of your word. And then you can write something in that line. So if, for example, if you were doing a card and you maybe stenciled an image on there, but you had a washi mask down, and then you stencil the image, a birthday cake or something, through the middle of the birthday cake, you would have this strip then, and you could write "Happy Birthday, Carrie," right in there. Or even you could not have to write it. You could take stickers or stencil or whatever, but it gives you that spot to write. So then you can come. Let's see, man, I didn't even think about bringing all my any markers in here at all. So now you've got this strip here. So if this was a birthday cake or whatever, and you'd write "Happy Birthday, Carrie," but if it create art, maybe I come in here and I write "Happy paper people love to happy paper people love to create art." And down here, I have to glue that down because I tore my paper up. Love to create curious art. Curiouser and curiouser. Curious, creative art. But you get the point. You can write anything in there. So basically you're masking a strip to write in between, in the middle of a word or an image or anything else that you might either draw or stencil on. Hi, Jill. Washi tape lovers. Yes, we are doing super chat today. Thank you for bringing that up. And I left the bag out there too. Man, I just feel really unprepared today. So those of you who maybe have not seen this yet, every time we do a live, everybody who participates in supporting the channel with a super chat in any amount goes into a drawing. We'll do the drawing today before we leave this live. We'll do a drawing on the wheel of names, so you'll get to see the winner. And the winner receives a flat rate padded envelope packed full of stuff. It could be stuff we've made on Monday Jumpstart. It can be supplies to make stuff. It's been all kind of, Carrie, put you on the spot. What are some of the things that one of Carrie's favorite things was a pack of markers.
Yes. And
flow markers,
metallic markers, and watercolor markers.
Ooh.
And a whole set of what are these, fabric markers?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about those.
Paper and book pages. Old book pages.
Old book pages in different languages. There might be washi tape. There will be like some card bases and tag bases of different techniques we've done on Monday Jumpstart. There could be completed items that we've done on Jumpstart. All kinds of stuff. So you just pack that flat rate envelope full, and then the winner only has to pay shipping for that envelope, which we have to take it to $11 instead of $10 because they've increased the rates for the holidays. And the least expensive flat rate envelope now, the closest to me in proximity, is $11.20. So I'll pick up the rest. So you'll just pay $11 shipping, and then you get everything in the envelope free. And that is the prize pack. So we're doing that every single time we do a live. We're giving one of those away. And I didn't bring it in. I've got 10 of them. Well, I think 8 now. I sent 2 out. So I've got 8 now pre-packed, ready to go out there. I don't seal them yet because I try to get a few things in at the end that I know are very specific to whoever wins it. Like Jill got some purple things stuck in there because I know that's her favorite color. I got purple washi. Look at my purple washi, Jill. So if you want to get in on the drawing today for that prize pack, all you have to do is hit super chat on the bottom. and support the channel in any amount. Okay, I'm going to save that one for last. Let's see. So we did the split the word in the art journal, and then we also talked about masking the edge of the page in the art journal, especially if you're doing watercolor or something, so that you get you a nice frame. Let's do this one. Let's do one with saran wrap. This is a really fun one. I do really like this one. It gets a look that I can't really get any other way, specifically. And then we'll end with the bases, tag bases, and journal cards, because we can just do that as long as we want. Okay, so for this one, you need a piece of plastic wrap. You could use a bag, like a grocery bag. Anything super thin that will crinkle. So saran wrap, or this is just, great value plastic wrap. I wouldn't use a page protector or something thick like that because it won't bend. You want it to be able to bend and be super flexible. So something super thin like this, if you have a grocery bag, works really great for that. And for this, I'm going to use a wider, it's not thicker, it's wider, a wider washi tape. And it is like a white base, and it's got just a little bit of black design on it. And so you want something that's light in color. It doesn't have to be, but you'll see today, you'll see the results better. And then you can choose, because you might actually want to do it on a dark one. But the way I chose the washi tape for this one, this washi tape is very papery. And some washi tape is, it is actually thicker, and it's more plasticky. It might have a glossy type finish. I don't know how to explain that, but the feel. Like this one is just super thin, and it's almost like just super thin medical tape. You can almost see through it. You can see through it. It's just thin and papery as opposed to thicker and glossy. It's that papery surface that I want instead of the glossy surface. Thank you, Jill, for getting our super chat started. So anybody want to get in with Jill for the drawing? At this point, you have a good chance. The second person will make it 50-50. At this point, the drawing is Jill's. Okay, so I'm going to pull this out, and I'm going to just put that down on my plastic wrap. If you get a wrinkle in it, don't you worry, because you actually want the wrinkles. So if you get a wrinkle in it already, great. That's even better. Sometimes the super thin stuff wrinkles easily. That's why the thicker it is, the heavier it is, the more glossy the surface, the less it works for this. So I'm going to put, this is a pretty big piece. So I think I'll put 3 strips down. But you might want to, if you've got a small strip of plastic wrap, just 2. This is probably about 2 inches wide. It doesn't have to be this wide. I just find that wider tape gives me more surface for this technique without having to put 15 strips down. Okay, I'm going to put a 3rd just because I got an extra big piece of plastic wrap that I really didn't need it that big. Okay, so I am going to go to the end here, and I'm going to cut off whatever is going over the plastic wrap, or at least most of it. I'm leaving a teeny tiny bit. It'll help me pull it up. But I don't want it. I left it way too far over, an inch or more. I just want a little tiny bit that I can grab the end to pull it up when it comes time. Okay, so now you've got your paper tape on here, washi tape, paper tape, and I'm just going to roll this up, or actually just like kind of folding it onto itself. And the only reason I'm folding it onto itself is I can just make sure that the washi doesn't stick to the other washi, because now I know there's plastic in between it. And I'm going to crinkle it. Crinkle it up. Crinkle it up as tight, as much as you can. Washi has this, characteristic that you can wrinkle it all up, and then you can take it out and smooth it out, and it'll go back perfectly smooth. So you really have to crinkle this a bunch. maybe even open it a bit, do it a different direction, crinkle it up more, and maybe even unfold it, fold it another direction so that it can get wrinkles the other direction. The idea is you want this to get as wrinkly as possible. So I am just crinkling, wrinkling, reorganizing, crinkling again. All right. Just get that as tiny and crinkly as you can. And then when I open it up, I want to be careful not to uncrinkle it. So if you open this up and you lay it down and you smooth it all out, it will smooth out. That's one of those characteristics of washi. It's very pliable, very flexible. It responds well. So I don't want to, I just took the time to put crinkles in it. I don't want to straighten it out and uncrinkle it. So I want to open it up so I have access to all the washi, but I want to leave it all crinkled up. There we go. And I know you can't see the crinkles super well on camera, but based on the shape of the thing, you can probably tell, and I know you can imagine. All right, so all my washi is exposed now, and now I'm going to ink it. Now, if you take a blending brush and you start inking it, you are going to blend those crinkles right out. And I want crinkles. I want the more crinkles. So I'm just going to take, I just re-inked this last night. This will be interesting because it is freshly re-inked. I'm just going to take the ink pad directly onto it. Directly onto my washi. And I just want to run it over it carefully without, I don't want to push out all the wrinkles with this either. So putting it on and just moving it around, rubbing it this way, rubbing it that way. If you need to grab it and kind of re-crinkle it again, just do that. But I'm running this over the top and it's going to pick up all those edges. And if it's not dark enough for you, grab a darker one. You could do, I think this is Vintage Photo. You could use walnut stain or ground espresso or black soot, burlap, corduroy, any of those will work depending on how dark. I grabbed walnut stain, which may be a little bit darker. I'd like to try to get it a little bit darker. It'll be easier for you to see. And just running this over the top, it's inking all those crinkles. And what it's doing is just grunging up, aging my washi. It almost looks like leather, like the faux leather, but don't expect it to because it really doesn't. But it's that, if you've done that before, you know the type, the look. It's along that same vein, but it's not going to look like leather. It's not going to feel like leather, but it's going to give you a nice, grungy, aged, wrinkled washi. So kind of just looks dirty there. You can see, and that's totally okay. And then I could take these are just pieces of manila file folder and peel my washi off. And again, I don't want to stretch it out to put it down or I'll pull out all of my wrinkles. And so I'm just going to set it and press it. I don't want to pull out the wrinkles. I want to keep them in. I want to even get more if I can. And let me do the second one. I might be able to cover this one with just two. I went over the edge. That way I can just trim a little bit off as opposed to trimming down the tag. So I'm going to bring the edge right up to the edge of this one. And that's all I'm trying to do is line up my inside edges. Okay, and then
you want it to be crinkled when we lay it down?
Yes. Yeah. So as you lay it down, don't stretch it out. When you put it down, don't take your finger and press it out or use a bone folder or anything. You'll press your wrinkles right out. just pat it down with your fingers. So then I can come along and trim off the excess. I've got enough excess on here that these would work for a tiny tag. So a tag, a journal card, I mean, you could even do it on a page. Lots of extras there. And then I'll run down the side and over the edge. And these strips that I'm cutting off on the side, I'm going to keep that because that will work with our next technique. Even this super skinny one here. That will work too. So I'm sticking those on top of that giant washi tower one. All right. So then I have this. And if it's not dark enough, I'd really like it a little darker. I'm going to take walnut stain. Maybe I'll even grab ground espresso. Now it's on. It's adhered on here. I can press it a little bit more because it's not going to spread out. It's not on my saran wrap anymore. But you still want to be careful of blending it like with the blending brush because you will blend those crinkles right out.
I think I should have put glue down first.
Oh, is it not sticking super well?
Yeah.
This one happens to be pretty sticky, but yeah, if it's not, I should have mentioned that.
Yeah.
And putting some glue down is helpful. Okay, so now I have a grungy card that can be used as a tag. I'll just cut 2 corner tags there, or a journal card, or cut into smaller pieces and be pockets or corner tucks. But it's got that cool, wrinkled, old, leathery type texture on it. Looks really cool. So this is a great base. You could do a bunch of these, use up a bunch of washi, and have them sitting there as bases that you could decorate at a future time. And you could just keep going as dark as you want. You could actually add some other colors too if you wanted to. I like the dark grungy base, and then I can just decorate that. Okay, so there is, I don't even know what we call that, our grunged aged look. And I took my baby wipes out too, so I'm going to use some hand sanitizer to get some of this ink off. I've got a lot of ink on my fingers now.
Cool.
Okay. And did it work?
Well, it's not the best example, but I understand the process now.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Well, and when, oh, that works. That looks cool. Yeah. And you've got a white base so you can see it. Yeah,
Right.
once you've got the process, then you can say, okay, this one would look good with that, or that one would, or I'm going to do this with that color.
Right.
You know. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is just a super easy, and this is, you know, sometimes you just want something that's brainless that you don't have to think too hard about. Sometimes you just want to use up a bunch of washi tape because you've got so much. So you can use pieces of old file folder cut. You can use index cards. I've got some index cards. I have something they were going to be written on, you know, used for something else. So I'm just going to go right over the top of that. And then I don't have to try to erase it. Well, it's in marker, so I can't, you know, and then you'd always see it. So I'll just cover it up. You could also use scraps of paper. And I love using scraps of paper because it's like using up washi and scraps at the same time. So this is a really good size, I think, for a little, for either for a pocket or for a tuck. I love strips like this. They're perfect to make bookmarks. And, you know, I mean, just any of these, any scraps. And what I'll typically do is look at, it's not a scrap that is I'm really super excited about. Don't know what I'm going to do with that. So that's a good scrap to cover with washi, right? And bookmark sizes, we always end up with a lot of that. Bookmark sizes are great because they're awesome to put in journals or books. So you like that one, Edna? Okay, so for this one, we're just going to grab some, I'm going to do multiples of them. We'll just spend the rest of our time making these. There's a variety of ways that you can make them. And all we're going to do is cover these with washi tape. So one of my favorite, did I actually take those away? One of my favorite ways, this is not washi, this is paper, but it's the same concept, is to do it diagonally. Then whether I use it as a pocket this way or a tag this way, if I cut the corners, punch a hole, as a journal card that can be journaled on the back, that diagonal is just always cool. And this is just scraps of paper that I did with that one. We're going to do the same thing with washi, but you could do it straight across. You can do them up and down. You can do them diagonally. You can do them however you want. So I'm thinking a couple of Christmas ones here, and I've got a bunch of Christmas or holiday or just holiday colors is really what it is. Washi sitting here. Now, I think for me, it's important to put glue down first because true washi shouldn't stick. It shouldn't stay permanently. Hi, Lamont. You always crack me up. It shouldn't stick permanently. When you hear people say, well, my washi doesn't stick, it doesn't stay. It comes up after a while. It's supposed to. The literal definition of washi, it's a Japanese word, and it means paper tape that is temporary. It is supposed to come up. It is supposed to be removable, movable, temporary, which is why we love washi for so many things. But then we tend to use it in our art, in our art journals, in our junk journals. We tend to use it and want it to stay permanently, and then we get irritated that it doesn't stay. And it can stay. All you have to do is put a little bit of glue down. And I don't want to put a whole lot because there's already some sticky on the washi. It just needs a little bit to make it permanent. But yeah, washi by definition should not be permanent. So don't get frustrated if yours isn't. Just make it permanent with tape. Glue. Yeah. So it must be a brand new roll because I can't even see the end. So let's see if I can find it. Oh my goodness. Seriously? I feel like it should be there. No, that must be. Wow. When your washi rolls outsmart you. That just tells me that it's super thin. When it's thin paper and you go around it with your fingernail and you can't hardly feel it, that tells you that that's super thin paper. So that, and now I can see that I could really see through it, tells me that would be good, a good washi to do that technique we just did because it's super thin. It would crinkle well. And I'm going to take this all the way across out the other side. You know, it's totally fine. And I'm just going to grab some that are maybe red, white, green, gold, silver, something that's kind of all holiday colors. I like to intersperse different widths of washi so they're not all the same. It is fun just to dump out all your washi and just start grabbing and doing it so that it is truly just a mashup, because then you get all different kinds of colors. There's a gold. You get all different kinds of colors, the rainbow colors. And then, like, if this is a journal card or a tag, you know, you decorate on top of it, embellish it later. Hardly any glue left in that, so it's perfect. So these ones that are super thin that I can see through, I can see the white through them. So consider that when you choose what the base is, whether you want it on white or if you're doing it on scraps of paper. You know, some of them, if they're thin enough that you can see through them, will you be able to see the pattern of that paper through it? And do you really want that? You know, so something to consider. Let's see here. I have to work quickly before that glue dries since I glued a whole section.
Well, I have tape I need to heat up.
Not coming off so easily.
Certain rolls just like rip.
Yeah, kind of get themselves stuck. Or some of mine are so old that they're just stuck on themselves. Yeah, I love this technique because it doesn't take, like I said, it doesn't take any brain power. I can just sit down and do it.
And then you have a bunch of cool bases to use for whatever.
Or, this is one I'll do while I'm sitting and watching a movie.
Yeah.
Because then, yeah, you've got bases to draw on. I want something. I'll do this one again. See if this is thick enough to catch that whole corner. Yeah. Or wide enough. Yeah, it uses up a good amount of washi. If I do a whole bunch of them, I can color code them, or I can just do them randomly. There we go. You could, color code them and do them for all different seasons. Or if you have washi that has different seasons on it, then there you go. You could color code them to go in different types or themes of journals that you're making. But yeah, I agree. I love having just a whole stack of these naked. They have a base, but they're just naked. They're not decorated yet. So you can decorate them according to whatever you are specifically making. And that's why journals take me so long to do, is because making all the ephemera, not putting the journal together, it's the ephemera. It takes forever. So
right.
Lots of different types of bases. And the bases are probably what take the longest, don't you think?
But if you know what you use to put in your journals,
yeah,
you can make a bunch of those bases, and then have them ready for whenever you want to grab one.
The bases take the longest to put together, like this, or if you're spraying them or painting them or whatever. So if you do a whole bunch at one time, then then the bases are ready to go. You can just decorate them and be done. It's a whole lot faster, but yeah, that's my longest thing, is just getting bases ready to go. So I love being able to just go thumb through a stack of them and say which ones do I want for this particular project. Oh, need a teeny tiny one down there. I don't like that little end corner to be so teeny tiny, so I try to I should have put a thin one there, and then I could put a fatter washi that covers the end. But I'm always afraid that with a teeny tiny little end there, it'll just come off. But that's okay. If I were to use this one as a tag, I'd go to that corner and use that as my cutoff corner. I love no brain power crafting, right? I mean,
yeah.
As much as we love crafting, there are days where we just don't have the brain power or want to dig into what we do have left. You just want to make something, be creative without having to think so hard. Now, I've sufficiently stuck this to my mat. So I'm going to lift up those edges. So once I get one end up, then I can just pull it up. Okay. And all I have to do is cut off all the excess. Index card is a nice size too, because it works. I mean, it's a great tag. It's a great journal card, 3x5, 4x6. But I also almost always have a stack of larger tags, like cut out of old file folders, the green ones and the manila ones. And I don't have a problem at all taking this whole bunch here and just throwing it away. However, I would, if I'm making a bunch of these, I'd probably set it to the side here, just a pile of these offcuts, because anytime I get down to these last couple on the corner, one of these little pieces often is just right. Unless you're really trying hard to get rid of a whole bunch of washi and you want to just throw it away so you can take more off the roll.
You mean all the little teeny tiny ones?
These that I'm cutting off right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just throw them over here in a pile while I'm making these, because sometimes one of them is the perfect corner.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Down to this little corner, and one of these offcuts is perfect.
Right.
But
okay, good idea.
I've got so much washi that I don't really need to do that. I really need to get rid of more washi. Die cut and embossing days. Yes, exactly. So that's another thing that's great to do with these. I will put that link of 17 ways to use washi that we did another jumpstart. I'll put that in the description box. I forgot to do that as I was creating it. But one of the things we did was put this on paper, put all the washi out on paper in a couple of different techniques. You can do it like this, or you can do it bits and pieces, which is really cool. And then die cut butterflies and hearts and even circles and squares that you can then use with other things. It's awesome. You can get any colors that you want. I'm just going to stick these all together over here, and they're going to go in the trash. Yeah, and then embossing, like I said, with the this wide one, it's 8 inches wide. I can cover a whole sheet of paper and then send it through the embossing machine with different embossing folders, cut it to size.
Oh, how fun.
And then you get your washi tape embossed. Is cool, especially if you have one that you think, oh, this washi tape is kind of boring. You know, it's plain. I've got a lot that are just solid colors. So put the solid colors down and then emboss them. So this, let's see, I've got some just like red, white, and blue patriotic here. Maybe I'll do one that's red, white, and blue and a little bit of sparkly silver with it. When I do these, I always tend to start in the middle, not on the very edge. Do you do the same?
No, I've been starting on the edge, but
the first one that I put down, I tend to put in the middle, and that kind of gives me I can get the angle that I want. If I go to the edge, I'm not sure what angle I'm going to end up with in the middle.
That's a good idea.
Let's see if I can get this.
Also, if you're doing what I'm doing, put the washi tape side down, because I cut my corners like this so I can see what I'm doing.
I do too. So that's a really great tip.
And it cuts better.
Yeah, washi side down.
Or if you do it like this,
you do it upright, washi side. Yeah. Another thing you can cut out of these, like Carrie's doing, is tabs. I like to cut circles, squares, tabs, butterflies, things like that are kind of general shapes that I could use a lot of. I do cut a lot of tabs out of scraps, and this is basically using up. You do this with scraps of paper or washi, but cutting tabs is nice. Also, if you're making a couple things and using washi throughout a journal, you can make tabs that have the same washi on it. It really, pulls the whole journal together. Yeah, that's the only reason I start in the middle, because then I can choose what angle I'm putting it at. I'm not so good at seeing what angle it's at if I start on the corner. Do y'all have as much washi tape as we do?
These I have 2 bins out here, like this, the size. That's only about
out here.
maybe a third of what I have.
Oh my goodness.
Or less.
So yeah, so you do have a lot like me. It's fun, and you look at it and you're like, oh, that's so cute, and that's, and then we get it, and then we just don't use it as much as we really should. And we really should. So let's get using it. Lots of different things we can do with it. I really do like masking off a page in an art journal, especially. I've been really enjoying watercoloring a lot lately. And masking off the edge after watercolor, when I pull it up, it gives me a nice little frame.
Oh, yes.
That's been kind of cool. My glue is drying. It's taken me so long to get the edge of the washi up. Some of my washi is pretty old because, I don't know, been around a while. I don't think I could use up all my washi in this lifetime.
Oh, I think some of my washi is 8 years plus old.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. We've now lived in Utah for 8 years, and some of it I bought right before we moved here. So, oh, well, it's okay. We just need to use more.
What is also fun is saving all these little bits and covering a whole card.
Yes.
You have to glue it down really well, and I think then embossing is a great idea.
Yes. Or that when I like die cutting out the butterflies, because you get butterflies. They look like like stained glass with all the pieces.
Yes.
Great idea. If you really want to use it. If you don't want to use all the bits and pieces, throw them away. You are justified.
Yep.
We will allow that. I'm allowing myself to throw away offcuts of lots of things anymore. I have enough stuff. I don't need to keep every little bitty thing.
I still have the save every bit syndrome.
I know, it's hard. It is hard. I'm trying. I'm really getting to that trying. Let's see here. Need some more. Thought I should get the washi out before I put the glue down, because the glue is drying before I can get the washi off the roll and stick it to itself.
Get it started.
Yeah.
Get your washi started.
Yeah. So are y'all thinking about Christmas and working on Christmas projects, or were you smart like Sylvia and did Christmas in July?
Smart woman.
Yeah, I need to. I always think about it. If I don't do Christmas in July, I end up not doing Christmas at all, because there's so many other things that we're trying to do. And by the time we get here, I don't want to spend all my time making Christmas stuff. I want to have it already out or to give or ready, to enjoy. It's kind of, it feels too late to me.
To wait till Christmas?
Yeah. For my purposes, to wait till Christmas. So then I end up not doing Christmas. It's like I want to be doing Halloween in September so we could enjoy that. And then I want to do Christmas. If I did Christmas in September, that would be okay too. But, that never happens. Where's this one here? So I think her Christmas in July was a brilliant idea. And we hear that all the time, but don't do it. So we get to Christmas and she's playing with what she wants to play with, and she's not even worried about Christmas because she's got it all done.
Yeah, that is pretty smart.
Because about December, I like to start thinking about the new year. Am I going to have a word for the new year? Making a new journal? You make the best journals for the new year. I love the way you do your journals.
Oh, my planner journal or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, your personal planner journal.
Yes.
We could do a jump start showing people how you do that if you care to. I love that. So yeah, December, I'm all busy thinking you've probably already got yours made, huh?
No, not yet.
Which is unusual because you typically do have it made. You start like August. Let's see, get some blue here. But yeah, I like to start thinking, am I going to have a word for next year? What is our focus going to be? What kind of things do we want to do? Still working on Christmas train. I love that your journal was a Christmas train. I love that, Melanie. I cannot wait to see that completed. It's going to be very cool. I want something wider for right here. Ooh, I'm getting glue all over my washi. Yeah, but you're well into that. So you're not just starting it. You're well into that. So keep going because that is really cool. Those pictures, they almost look like Courier and Ives, or some of those old type pictures with the trains and people.
Oh yeah.
Is that what they are?
Very cool. I don't know. Melanie's?
Yeah, Melanie's. They were really cool vintage pictures. I really liked those. Melanie, you want to share where you got your pictures? The train. Just like it looked like a Courier and Ives like calendar or something with the Christmas train. It was perfect. Love the way she did it. Okay, and thin strip yet a little left. What are we gonna do? All right, so I've got something ready for 4th of July.
Awesome.
Patriotic. Or if I make a patriotic journal, it's ready to go for that. So, and honestly, like I get to this corner, look at this. The teeny tiny tip of the corner is not covered. You can see it right there. Not going to worry about it. I will either put a little ink on it or trim it off,
round corners.
Or yeah, that's exactly it. Either cut the corners to make a tag shape or just take my corner rounder. I do like my journal cards with the corners rounded, so I'll just round the corner and that'll come right off. It'll be perfect. Make sure that all your glue is dry before you do corner rounder or punches.
How about if you're embossing? Is it helpful to go ahead and run them through the embosser just a little bit damp?
It didn't make any difference. No, okay. Mine were completely dry. In fact, that I didn't even put any glue on that wide one because it's super sticky. And yeah, just put it on a sheet of paper and had to cut it down to size so it fit in the embossing folder. Put it through, and so yeah, there was no extra glue on that at all. But I did put it on paper instead of cardstock because I know I've got the extra layer of washi to go through it.
Yeah,
I imagine it would work on a regular light cardstock as well. I don't think I would go a super heavy cardstock. And also, the more plasticky your washi is, probably the more difficult it's going to be to emboss. So. So there's my patriotic one. Red, white, blue, and gold. Actually looked on Google. Ended up on Etsy. All about the Google. Yep. Digitals from different designers. Looked up Christmas trains. Wow. You would love to see Carrie's planner. Do a jump start on her planner. Her planner is awesome. Yes, I did one last year based on Carrie's plan, Carrie's design, how she does hers. And I'm embarrassed to say that I got about a third through the year. And then y'all know what happened in my life last year. So yeah, planner got set down and completely forgotten about. I literally completely forgot about it. I picked it up yesterday and went, oh yeah, I had a planner last year. It was working so great. And totally forgot about it. So, okay. So there's a couple of ideas of things to do with washi. I will put the link in here of 17 ways to use washi. We used a few more on that last one. We did probably several of these plus a whole bunch more. And yeah, just sit down while you're watching a movie and slap tape on tape. Slap washi tape on paper, on cardstock, on anything. Great way to use book pages. Book page is awesome, especially if you can see through it. That would look really cool. Great idea. Some of these that I can see through, I think I will do that. I love that idea. Doing it on book page. So, okay. So far we've got Jill is the only one in the super chat. Anybody else want to jump into super chat? You've got about 60 seconds right now to do it and give Jill at least a 2-for-1 run for her money. A 2-for-1, a 1 in 2 chances to win it. Anybody else want to do that? Now is your chance. And then we will close this up. And we would ask that if you're doing some things with your washi tape, take pictures, put them in the group so that we can see them. We need lots of pictures in the group because that's where we're pulling the things from that we're using as headers at the top of the group page. So we need lots of pictures of all your stuff. Melanie's train is going to be wonderful. A close-up picture of the journal with the train on it. It's going to be great up there.
Perfect. Yeah.
Oh, throat. So dry. All right. So nobody's jumping in to help share that with Jill. So Jill, you are today's winner. I'm not even bringing up the wheel. Not even bringing up the wheel. Jill gets today's prize pack. You know the routine. You know how to just PayPal $11. I'll get that packed and ready to go. And in fact, I will see if I can get it in. I don't know if it'll fit, but I'll see if I can. No, it won't fit in with your other stuff. I was thinking from Yeah, it'll have to go separately. Otherwise, it would not be a very full envelope. And I do want to give you a full envelope. So, all right. Thanks, everybody, for being here with us. Can't wait to see what you do with your washi. Congratulations to Jill. And thank you so much for your support. Thank you, Carrie, for being here with me, especially last minute. And some great ideas. I love the idea of the book page. I'm going to do some of that with... Oh, you got the other. Oh, yeah. It won't go in your other box because your other box is already sent. You got it today. And it was packed. It was packed full. There was no room at all.
How fun.
Oh, yeah. So I can get this one sent out right away, Jill. No problem. Oh, she's got a fun pack. Pan pastels.
Oh, my goodness. Can hardly wait.
Me too. Carrie and Jill and I are going to learn pan pastels. If anybody else has pastels, let us know. We're going to. 26 is going to be, I haven't figured out exactly how we're going to word it, but it's going to be the year of trying, curious, just playing with all the supplies that we already have.
Yeah.
So many things that we need to try that we haven't used yet or can learn some more techniques for. So thanks, Edna, for being here. We'll see you hopefully next Monday. We might get a live in during the week this week to just use up some scraps, play with some stuff. Melanie has pastels. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to learn. Maybe Melanie can teach us some things about pastels. I don't really know anything about them. I just know that I want to. They look fun. They're creamy. I played with them, but that's about it. So, and then don't forget the Black Friday sale. That's the next big event besides the Monday Jump Starts. The big event is Friday, November 28th. We'll start at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. We'll have hot buys all throughout the day. We'll have giveaways all throughout the day. I am so excited for this. It's going to be a good one. Definitely a good one. You guys have the rest of a great day. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you again next time.